This machine is no ordinary furnace. It gets so hot that it can cook the silicone components that go in computers and cell phones. California-based TiStar assembles these furnaces in Los Angeles and sells them within the United States and overseas.
We're doing more and more business with China, and we do Singapore, South Korea.
Jim Smith manages the business development side of TiStar. He says in the last 4 to 5 years, the company started focusing more on establishing itself globally. During that time, exports grew from 20% to half of TiStar's business. He says without its overseas clients, the economic recession would have hurt the company.
Yeah, we would be in big trouble. Yeah, we would be leaner than we are now.
But Smith says having clients overseas wasn't easy.
You have a language barrier, of course. That's your first challenge. Every place in the world does business differently than we do business in the United States.
Language and cultural barriers are not the only hurdles that discourage businesses from going global. Vance Baum, president of the World Trade Center Association of Los Angeles and Long Beach, says companies need extra capital to export. He says many U.S. businesses are small and have limited resources.
When a company is small, all of its resources are usually used to the max. So in order to find the resources for taking on a global market, that's number one difficulty for them.
He says this is one of the main reasons why less than 15% of U.S. businesses enter the global market.
We've gone through some tough economic times since 2008. So it made it even tougher on these small companies to go into the global market.
Yet despite such difficulties, the drop in domestic demand caused by a tough economy has also motivated some U.S. companies to look abroad. Jim McClellan is the director of trade development at the Port of Los Angeles.
Companies have to look to diversify their markets away from the domestic economy. And 95% of the world's consumers are actually outside the United States.
For now, U.S.-based companies seeking to sell products overseas have an advantage. McClellan says the weakened dollar makes U.S. exports less expensive relative to goods sold in other currencies. A decade ago, about 20% of the Port of LA's cargo were exports. Now exports are up to 34%.
Ever since December 2009, we've been so fortunate. Month after month, with one exception recently, every month our exports have been going up.
In Southern California, the Port of Long Beach experienced almost a 50% increase in exports in the last 10 years. Businesses located in the Los Angeles area on the West Coast have the advantage of being close to these ports and an international airport, making it cheaper to send products overseas. Traditionally, small companies expanded their businesses slowly, first selling locally, then regionally, before considering competing in the global marketplace. Vance Baum says he is now seeing a new trend.
Some of the smaller companies are going from local sales to the global market right away.
Baum says he is also seeing a changing trend in imports. With the price of fuel going up and the cost of overseas labor increasing, it is more expensive to produce items overseas and ship them to the United States. Baum says countries such as China are looking at manufacturing products within the U.S. to keep costs down. Elizabeth Lee for VOA News, Los Angeles.